Hello traders out there in trader land, have your finger on the like button. So just in case I were to give you some information that is of importance to you, that you'll hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything to do. My name's D7. Well, with that said, I'm going to start off on the monthly chart. The monthly chart on the S&P 500, we're going to be looking at the ETF, the SPY. You can see that right there. When we're looking at this, each bar we're looking at is 1 month. And if you look at this bar now, we have a week and a half left here in the month of July. And this is mid-month right there. And we have what's called a shooting star. The other thing I want to look at here, do you see this red line going up? That means we're making higher swing highs. If you look at the MACD centered oscillator, these two lines, it's the MACD line with the signal line. You'll see that this swing and this swing, and this high and this high are diverging. This high is going higher on price. This high is lower on the MACD. Furthermore, the RSI, relative strength indicator, you'll see that right here, RSI. I'm using a 12 filter, and you'll see that these highs are lower on the RSI compared to what we're seeing here. Those are called bearish divergences. Those bearish divergences usually mean that the markets should, in fact, drop. Okay, so that's the monthly. If we look here at the diamonds, again, monthly chart, we're going up, 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 making some amazing highs. At this moment, we have come back down off of the highs this month. Went up, up, up. Now we're selling off. And the question is, in the next week and a half, where will we end up here? Will we break this upper trend line, or will we stop below it? If we stop below it, that will be resistance and a good place to start selling. Again, higher highs on the price, lower highs on the MACD, lower highs on the RSI. And you can see that the longer these divergences last, the more powerful they tend to be. The question is this the market high before we go into a market recession? And I just put together a blog article, and if you go over here to Grok Trade, go to the website. Once you're here, what I want you to do is blog. See that blog? So click on blog. When you click on the blog, I just posted this article. Is the U.S. economy heading into a recession? Here is all the latest information. If you are talking with individuals and you want to be on the up in the know when it comes to what's happening in the economy and what signals a recession, what is seen as one, that's all the larger it is. If you want to connect on LinkedIn, feel free to do so right there. So there's the article. And while we're here, if you're a trader and you want to do something kind of cool, go down here, take that trader's aptitude test. That is crazy, okay? And if you're beginner, you're just learning, get into the 101s. Those will help you tremendously. Yes, I was interviewed by TradingView, and yes, I was interviewed by the NASDAQ. And you can find my interview on trend lines on TradingView. You can go and look at that yourself, but let's get back to the charts. Q's monthly. Look at this. I mean, the question is, would you rather be selling up here at these highs or buying up here at these highs? That's your big question, right? Another shooting star, bearish divergences across the board. Again, on the monthly chart, the month isn't over yet. It could rally the rest week and a half. It could come crashing down the rest. It could do anything. So we got to watch for that. The Russell 2000, though, is showing relative strength. We went boom over the top of this line, showing relative strength. That looks good to me. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So that tells me that the markets should stay strong, because the small caps, whatever the small caps do, the market should do, especially whatever the XLF does, which is the banks with the biggest ETF for banks. Whatever the financials do, the markets will do. Look at this. We right now have busted over on the monthly chart this major trend line, but will we stay week and a half? We could probably come back down, meaning we broke out, it looked glorious for a moment, then it come right back down, hitting its head on resistance, and then it could start sinking the next few months, going straight down. It's a rising wedge. bearish divergences. You can see it here. And if that thing starts to break down, you'll see volume increase. You'll see a sell-off commence. You'll see these areas of support get snapped. Remember me saying that, okay? Now, I want to go to the weekly chart. Now, the weekly chart, we're over. This means the weekly is over. I want to show you with the spider. Remember how I said that red line? If we were to stay above that red line, that blue line, stay above it, all is well. If it starts breaking down below it, watch out. Remember me saying that? If you look here at the MACD, or the RSI rather, RSI right now is in overbought territory and heading down. So we're overbought on the weekly chart on the spider. We did break down. If I go here to a candlestick chart, you can see there it is. We had this rising wedge. We broke over the top of it, and then we come back down, closing back below it. That could be a jab, a bearish jab, and this thing could be starting to head lower, and it could do it with a vengeance. However, if it stays above this trend line right here, see this one coming up, stays above it, we're going to remain bullish. But you see how the volume ticked higher here? Volume was really low going up on the weekly chart, going down, 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 and we ticked higher on the sell volume for the week. Diamonds, if you go here, big, big, big shooting star. You can see that on the weekly chart on the diamonds, up, 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 and come selling off. Big time shooting stars, bearish shooting stars across the board. Qs, text. If I go to the line chart, you'll see if we stayed above it, we stayed above it, stayed above this red line, but now we're below it. That's what we've been waiting for. There's the bearish activity. We ticked higher the last two bars on the bearish activity. You can see it right there. We're over the 20-week moving average. And so that's bad news. The Russell 2000 weekly went up, up, up the last 2 weeks, but a huge shooting star. That is very bearish after a pop-up. If we have a lot of support underneath it, the question is, can we stay above this support? If not, the markets will fall out of bed. But let's see what the financials are showing on the weekly chart. Weekly chart, also a shooting star. Up, 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 boom, and then comes selling off by week's end. But we closed above a major trend line. That is so interesting. So interesting. So does that mean there's hope for it to continue higher? Maybe, maybe. US dollar, down, down, down. We had the symmetrical triangle breakdown, but look how it's starting to come back already. Is this going to be a bullish death hook where we come back up, US dollar re-enters the apex and then rally straight up? It could do that. Watch for that. That will kill precious metals and commodities and hurt the stocks big time if the US dollar rallies up strong. Let's watch that. Gold already under pressure. Big shooting star at a resistance point heading lower. Silver, big sell-off this week, but we are at major support. We have to watch that. And let's go to that quickly look at the daily charts. And then I'm going to end on a personal note on something. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, a major sell-off in the markets. Just boom, 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 bam, 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 sell off huge. I think we're ready to have a short-term bounce is what I think we're going to do. We're not really oversold at this moment, but you can see we have these bearish divergences. We got the long one here and then the little one here, little one there, little one here, big one. So it doesn't surprise me that we're dropping on increased volume. Diamonds, you look at this, last 2 days, big sell-off, but major support. Let's see if it bounces. The Qs, the technology, have been selling off last 3 days. We're pretty low here. It wouldn't surprise me to get a bounce here really, really soon because we dropped very quickly. Let's see if we get a bounce going in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we should probably maybe sell off thereafter. Russell 2000, which is small caps, last 3 days been selling off at major support. Will we get the bounce? We could get a short-term bounce here. And financials. The last 2 days been selling off, and we closed back below a trend line. Very, very, very weak to see that, meaning the financials, if it starts dropping, the rest of the markets will in fact follow. Be watching that. US dollar daily chart last couple of days have been going higher. Look for this to rally north. Will we get back above these moving averages and these trend lines? If so, there's your huge bullish death hook to the upside. Look for that to rally strong. Gold, big sell-off on Friday, huge gap down. Last 3 days been brutal for precious metals. Same thing for silver, down, down, down. But this one looks bullish. Like this thing, like silver's getting ready to pop. getting ready to pop. Now VIX, guys, over 6.5 for the last week and a half. VIX has been ticking higher. Last 3 days, a huge spike to the upside, but we're at major resistance right now. So the question is, will we drop for a bit before we rally again? I'm watching this upper trend line. If we get over 1750, the markets could get really nasty and fast. I want to end by showing you this is FinViz. If you go to FinViz and click on groups, you'll get this same thing. On sector rotation, on the monthly performance, 3 months, this is what I want to look at. I see technology and financials still really strong for 3 months, and the half year technology financials really, really high here. These are important to me. The year, 1 year performance, financials technology is near the top. Year to date, technology and financials. So we're not going to go into a market recession until we see those weaken drastically. Now, because they've been so hot, they should rubber band back. So that's what we're watching for. Look for financials to weaken, look for technology to weaken. That will be the sector rotation, and that will send us into what we're all expecting to be a major recession. And it could be a significant little recession. Please, again, go to Grok Trade, and when you go here, go watch that blog or read that blog. That blog will, help you. If you want to do something like really, really cool, and go over here and chat with Grok Girl. Grok Girl right here. If you click on Grok Girl and you start chatting with her, you can see where I've been chatting already. She remembers your chats. So chat with her, ask her anything about the stock market. She's a bit sassy. You'll have to deal with it. But anyway, let me get away from that for a second and say this. Well, we do have a training not this weekend, but the next weekend. If you want in, you want to get in Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And what we're going to do is, if you let us know soon, by Monday, no later than Tuesday, we're going to send you out your workbook. Okay, so this is what happens when you sign up for mentoring. Because I'm getting ready to say something really personal here in a minute, but before I get to that, if you sign up for a mentorship, you're going to get a contract. You'll sign that agreement that we're going to be your mentors. We're real live traders teaching real live traders. And it's going to say it's educational purposes only. And when you sign that, you're now going to receive the 201s. Next week, you're going to be going through the 201s. They're far more advanced than the 101s. 101s are free. It's about trading, but how to trade, the foundational parts of how to trade are in the 201s. It's like 5 different courses, like 27 different lessons. It's 6 hours worth of content. So you will go through that before the mentorship, so we all start on the same page. You will think that the 201s is all you'll need, because it will open your eyes to the world of trading, and you will see things that you've never seen before. But I promise you, that's only the start. When you get done, so with the 301s, we'll also mail you out a book. If you're overseas, we'll send you a PDF. And or if you sign up after Tuesday, you'll get a PDF. But everybody else, you'll get a book mailed to you. And it's a big workbook. We'll be going through that systematically. We're very methodical on how we teach and train. We cut out all the fluff, hone in on the money-making things. And then once you'll have your workbook, you'll have gone through the 201s, you will be ready to rock and roll. And then you'll jump on Zoom, and you'll have your camera on like this, and you'll have a microphone or through the microphone on your thing, and you'll ask your questions. You'll see our charts and our screens. We'll get to see yours if you want to show us yours. It's like us being in your pocket. It's like us being side by side, helping you reach your full potential trading in the live markets, and doing so with great confidence. Now, so that's what you can expect. That's what's coming up, and looking forward to you being a part. All right, here's the personal thing. Guys, I don't know if you know of anybody that has Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. My aunt my Cajun aunt. I have my maternal side's all from Louisiana. Cajun. I make a gumbo. I can make a gumbo from scratch. I make my roux and make it all. My mom's sister, Aunt Deanna, we call her Nanny. Nanny came down a year and a half ago with ALS. It is the worst disease on this earth. If you don't know about it, basically what it is your body and muscles shut down. You keep your brain, you keep sensation of touch, pressure, you keep all that. You just can't move anymore. You're paralyzed, but you can still feel touch, you can still be uncomfortable, you can still do that. And I'll share, here, let's do an experiment right now. I want you to think about you like swallowing or even clearing your throat. You might have done that just now. Now, don't swallow, but think about swallowing. Don't clear your throat, but think about clearing your throat. And see how long you can do that while I sit here talking. The reason I bring that up is because she can't swallow. She can't clear her throat. This is a dynamic woman. This is somebody who walked all the state parks. This is somebody who is very, very active, fit, and loves the outdoors. And now she's trapped in her own body. This is the first experience I've ever had with somebody that's dealing with any sort of disease like this, especially one as ruthless as ALS. I don't know what your experience is with that. I would like to know those, though, down in the comments. What's your experience? Not with that or any disease. I'm interested. As you guys know, every once in a while I get talking with you, and we get talking because you just hear me drone on and on here on the video. I want to hear from the base. I want to hear from you. I want to know more about who you are. Let's go back and forth here. But let me know about, cancer is very bad. I don't know what you have experienced yourself or with a loved one. ALS, Huntington's disease. One of my friends has Huntington's disease in their family. You can look that up. It's nasty too. A lot of those individuals, when they find out they have Huntington's, they commit suicide before it gets bad. But why am I sharing this? I don't have a reason other than the fact that I wanted to talk about it. We're going back to Indiana. We live in Tampa, Florida here, and we're going back to Indiana, and some family, and we're all showing up there to spend more time with her. We don't know how many days she has left, and the benefit, if there is one, of this disease is you have time to have your talks with somebody, before they pass. Not everybody gets that luxury, that gift. Sometimes our loved ones are just gone before you know it. So that's what I'll be doing for the next couple weeks. I hope that I'm able to do a video next weekend. I'll be traveling at the time. I'm going to bring my stuff. I plan on it. But yeah, I really hope to hear your story. And don't be brief. I mean, let me hear it. Take your time, type out whatever you're comfortable typing out, that you're okay with others seeing. And really interested in hearing what you've gone through. And especially if you've gone through ALS or know somebody that has, what your experience was. And most of you guys know I'm a Christian, and I appreciate if you would, pray for, her name's Deanna Morris, out of Indiana. If you could lift her up, I would appreciate that. And the family. This has been tough for all the caregivers. I mean, this is a legit tough time for everybody. So that's it. That's it. Go read a blog. Go read my blog that I just wrote on the recession. Let's do that. And if you want to be cheered up, talk to Grok Girl on Grok Trade. She'll cheer you up, I promise. And this isn't a regular bot. She's an AI bot that is highly intelligent and is very creative, and you will be blown away by your conversation with her. Okay, so there you have it. Take care. All the best. Love you guys. We'll see you later. Bye. Guys, why are you still here? You just watched my video and now you're still lingering around. Might as well be with you now that I have your undivided attention. Listen, if you haven't done so yet, I highly recommend putting in a foundation of trading, your foundation of trading through a mentor. For learning to fly a plane, you wouldn't just go through ground school before you start flying in the friendly skies. What you would be doing, though, is going up first with your flight instructor. Same thing if you're going to learn to ride a bike, you better have somebody behind you helping you ride a bike. Surgery, you're not going to read a few books and do heart surgery. So every principle in with being guided by a mentor, let finances be this. If you're a trader, you from amateurs to professionals. Mentoring will do that for you. Anyway.